What's going on, guys? Aaron with Lansing Lawn Service. Today I want to do a review of the Gravely Pro Turn 600. Let's check it out. Guys, I spent years of my life working in the medical and retail industries, and I got super tired of working nights and weekends. So I started a lawn care business, and along with that lawn care business, I started this YouTube channel. And this channel is all about helping you as a lawn care business owner become more efficient and more effective so that you have more time for family, free time, and fun. Guys, today, if you've been watching the channel, you know that my Toro Multiforce broke down this week. And so I needed a mower for a couple of lawns today because they were acreage properties. So all I have is a Gravely 42-inch deck, little residential mower for backyards, and so I needed something bigger that could get the job done. I had like 5 acres to mow, and so I went out and I went to a local dealer. Shout out to Outdoor Equipment over in Dimondale. I rented a Gravely. Now, I didn't want to rent a Gravely. I wanted to rent a Wright, but Gravely is all they had for rental, and so it's what I had to go with. So this is a Gravely 60-inch deck. This is Gravely Pro Turn 600. And I gotta tell you, I was pretty impressed. Half hours on this mower today. I've never driven a Pro Turn before, but I thought it was pretty good. I am not a huge fan of Gravely, and I just don't care for their mowers. Now, I will say that Gravely mowers are built like tanks. I mean, you could take this thing to war pretty much, and it won't fall apart. It is just really built. I mean, just check out these big front casters. They're huge. This is a 60-inch deck. Now, I do have my qualms with Gravely mower decks. I had a Gravely in the past. I had a Pro Stance 52-inch deck. My biggest complaint with the decks, besides the cut quality, we'll get into the cut quality, but besides the cut quality, is this little swoop out here on the deck. Because my eyes want to line up here when I'm cutting, but you have to kind of line up here a little bit to make it straight. It's really awkward. I don't really like the little swoop rounded out thing. And as you can see, other people have hit a bunch of stuff with that as well. That was my problem with it. I would hit things with it. This side, super easy to line up. Super easy, perfect. Could get straight lines every time with this side. But the other side, you just can't do it. I couldn't anyway. Maybe someone else can, but I couldn't. Now, this machine, let's go over some of the pros here before I really jump into the deck and things that I don't like. Some of the great things on this machine: the seat is really comfortable. It's got a seat belt. It's very comfortable. And this has kind of like it's not called a My Ride system, but this whole thing, the whole operator platform moves independently of the mower, which is really nice. It creates a little bit smoother ride, which I kind of liked. And we'll get into what I didn't like about it in a second. But that was really nice. I really also liked the big, beefy back tires. I thought those were excellent. I didn't tear up the lawns or anything like that. It was really nice. This machine has dual fuel tanks, which is, again, pretty cool. It comes with a Kawasaki FX1000V engine, which seemed to have plenty of power. It was pretty quiet, too, so that was nice. That's really all I know too much about it. I'm gonna jump right into the cons of this mower, because I didn't have a lot of time with it, but there are quite a few things that I didn't like with this particular machine. Okay, so like I said, I loved the operator platform. Very smooth as you're riding, and these were bumpy yards, so very smooth. What I didn't like, okay, I'm going to go back to this swoop here. When you turn and you're on a hill, this swoop digs into the ground. Because it swoops out like this, it's farther than that back tire, and it really can dig into the ground and really mess up your properties. And that happened to me, and I was pretty upset about it. I'm not gonna lie. That's one thing that I didn't like about the Pro Stance. It did the same thing. It wasn't very good. And again, the dealership didn't move the anti-scalp wheels down. So, of course, you know, you're going to get more scalping because those aren't down where they're supposed to be. But, you know, that it shouldn't be happening anyway. At 3.5 inches, you shouldn't be digging one edge into the ground. But this mower does. Another thing that I don't care for on the Gravely is their side chute design. So if you look at that, that thing isn't directing the grass anywhere. It's straight out. It's not deflecting the grass down at all. So it's not too important though on a Gravely, because Gravely's tend to shoot the grass down anyway. And that is a con of this mower, is that it does not disperse the clippings very well. It was pretty bad, to be honest. I really missed my Toro today. Another thing that I want to show you is the deck, the underside of the deck. Not a lot of people think about this on a mower, but this is what you need to be looking for when you're looking at mowers. You got to look under the deck. You got to see what the baffling is like. You got to look at that and see what's going on. So let me show that to you. All right, guys, so if you can see this, where that blade tip is, you see that? It's about a 1/2 inch below this front baffle here. The suction on this mower is almost non-existent. It is really bad. And it does not suck up the grass, and it doesn't cut it cleanly. It lays it over. Because you don't get any suction, because this baffle in the front doesn't come down far enough. That is really, really frustrating when you're cutting a lawn. And if you look at this, like why would you swoop this out here? This is swooped out here. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't it be straight? You would want the grass clippings to come right out of there. I know you guys probably can't see this because it's really dark. But right under here, it curves in. So it goes straight for a little bit, and then it curves in. That's so stupid. It should be straight. It should be a straight shot so that grass can come right out of there. Also, to disperse the clippings, it needs a piece here to disperse the clippings better. That's what a Toro has, because they found that it disperses the clippings way better. Guys, back up on top here now. One thing I do want to point out that I really like on all Gravely decks is their constant tension pulley system. That is probably the best thing about a Gravely mower. It is really, really nice. You don't lose any power because of the belt slipping or anything like that. It's really nice. If you haven't tried the constant tension pulley system on a Gravely, you need to try it. It's really nice. Now, I will say that guys up north really don't like Gravely too much, just because it lays the grass over. It doesn't cut it very well. Down south, guys swear by Gravely. They love Gravely. It's because they have different grass. Their grass doesn't lay over like our grass does. So it's grass type. Gravely works great down south. Gravely does not work well in the north. I wish it did, because like I said, they're built like tanks, but they just don't. All right, another thing that I found frustrating while using this mower was the dial system. Now, my Gravely has a dial system, only it's on top and you turn it like this. This one, I don't know where the position is. I don't know. I don't know where is this 3.5? Or if it's lined up with this, is it 3.5? Or is it set on 3? I don't know. There's nothing telling me. So I don't know. That was kind of frustrating. I just kind of had to guess. With a mower that's this expensive, you would think that would be something that they would have thought about. That, hey, let's put an actual arrow here or something to tell the operator what they're set on. But there's just nothing. There's nothing that I can see that tells me what this mower is set on. It's just a dial with numbers, and hopefully I was cutting on 3.5, because that's what I was hoping for. So hopefully that's what I was cutting on. Another thing that I don't care for on the bigger Gravely zero turns is the handle setup. I like to have the emergency brake in the handles. I really do. I like the handles that push out and that are stiff, because if you're going down a hill and you're trying to hold on, you're going to start doing this, and these are going to be kind of useless. So I really wish it had the stiff arms that you pulled out, and that was your brake, because I don't really care for this kind of brake system. My Gravely has that as well. I don't care for it. Now, some of this is just personal preference, okay? I will admit that up front. It's personal preference. You can take it or leave it. If you like that stuff, great. I have no problem with that. It's just my personal preference. Now, I want to show you one more thing that I found kind of frustrating on here. Like I said, the operating platform is really comfortable, but when I go to push the deck lever, I am way too far. And not only that, the operating seat platform pushes way back. So what I found that I was trying to do on the fly was push this down without locking the parking brake, and I couldn't do it because I would push on this, and the mower, I would pull on these handles, and the mower would go back, and I couldn't get the deck to come up because this is a heavy deck. So I'd have to do the parking brake here, and then I could push down the pedal here to lift the deck. So it wasn't, I mean, it's not a huge deal. It was just frustrating to me. So there you have it, guys. With the little time that I had with this mower, about 2.5 hours, I mean, mowing lawns for a living and operating equipment like this for a living, you get really good at knowing what you like and what you don't like, and what works and what doesn't. I mean, I've spent hours and hours and hours on machines. So I know what I like, I know what works, and I know what doesn't work very well. And you get really good at noticing cut quality right away. And so the cut quality of this machine isn't very good. There are things you can probably do to make it a little bit better. I don't think this machine has high lift blades on it, which if you're up north, your Gravely has to have high lift blades. It is a must. That's the only way you're going to get a clean cut. If these 2.5 acre properties weren't 2.5 acres, I would have definitely double cut them, but I didn't double cut today. But they certainly could have used it. It is what it is. So, you know, you work with what you got right now, and I had to rent this machine because mine is down. First time mine has ever been down like this. So, and it's got over 2,000 hours on it. It's a Toro Grandstand or Toro Multiforce. Really works well when it runs. It just sprung an oil leak, so it is what it is. But guys, that's my review of the Gravely ProTurn 660 or 600, whatever you want to call it. It says 600 on the side, it says 660 here on the front, so we'll go with 660. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful to you. I hope that this helps you make mower decisions in the future. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next video.